It's still morning here. It's Monday, and I just finished watering a bunch of stuff over here at Eddie's garden, and most everything looks fantastic. Like, doing exceedingly beyond what I would think because of the fact that I don't get to really water as much as I would like, and I don't really use fertilizer because I don't really have the money for that. I have enough money for my gardens, my garden at home, and the other community garden where I have my own plot. This is like everybody's garden. So if everybody wants to harvest, then everybody should contribute. And I've contributed just about all the plants. Yeah, most all the plants. And so, you know, somebody's gonna have to give up the goods for fertilizer. But beyond that, everything is doing really well considering that I don't fertilize. We rely on mulch and good compost. But anyway, I wanted to give you some bad news. This pear tree is like wilted, I think, beyond help. I saw that it was wilting a little bit a couple of days ago, and I watered it. I gave it like at least a whole gallon, 2 gallons of water. Maybe a little bit more than that because I was very concerned. I haven't watered any of the other trees, and I have not watered its sister, which is over there, and it looks fine. It's not wilted at all. It's looking very healthy and strong. All the other trees are fine. It's just that one, it's all drying up, it's browning, all the fruits are turning into raisins. I don't know what to say about that. You've already seen this bad news. These peaches crusted with sap from borers, peach borers. But look at this. This is the one little cherry that survived on this tree. There were a few and they all dried up. But this one survived. A few days ago it was kind of yellowish, like a rainier, so I'm not really sure what kind of cherry it is. I want to say it's a Montmorency, which is a dark, very dark, sweet cherry. So this one has ways to go, I guess. Hopefully nobody will pick it before it's ready. These peaches are still small, and these look better. They don't have any, or they have very little of that borer issue. They look good. But this is the real good news over here. Look at these. I just spied them with my little eye this morning. And I'm hoping that nobody else will see them before they get to be ready. They don't really look, these are apricots by the way. They don't really look ready. From the other side they look ready, but from this side I see that they're still a little green. And from this side, this one looks very green, but they look amazing. Like I said, I hope that, I'm not necessarily saying I need to be the one eating them, but if somebody's gonna pick them, I hope they pick them when they're ripe. So anyway, these donut peaches, they don't look anywhere near ready, but you know, we shall wait. I think that the idea is that the harvest was supposed to be scattered, so that's why they gave us different varieties, different types of fruits, all that good stuff. Anyway, and this is some more good news. I found squash that I planted. I was being very haphazard one day. I just had a bunch of seeds and they were kind of old, and I just kind of threw them all against this fence. Just threw all these fence against this fence. I mean, all the seeds against this fence. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, there's these wild grapevines, which I don't really have a problem with exactly, because I kind of like these foxy grapes. They're a type of wild Concord. They make excellent jelly. I love making jelly out of this stuff. But anyway, what happens is that the people that we'll call them the conservancy, the conservancy people, sometimes they come and they help us out with the weeds. And I don't really have a problem with that either, but sometimes there's like stuff like this, which is not weed, and then there's stuff like the wild grapes, which, you know, I mean, I could take them or leave them. I kind of, like I said, I like them because they do make fruits that's edible. But then, you know, if you come out with a weed whacker and you're just buzzing everything, something like that's going to get buzzed as well. So I kind of put some rocks around it and hook some sticks up high so that perhaps they'll find it and not cut them down. You know, there's that. There's also I threw some sunflower seeds over here. I did not see any sunflower seeds, but it's not the shadow, it's the bright sun. But anyway, I found these cardinal flower seeds that I planted, or seedlings. Like I said, I just was like going bananas and throwing seeds everywhere. And maybe it wasn't the best because obviously stuff didn't germinate, and it's also gonna get, well, it's under threat of being weed whacked. There's these daylilies that when they first established this garden like 20 years ago, there was a barrel in this corner here that they planted daylilies, and it was a wooden barrel, so the wooden barrel collapsed, and you know, all the soil kind of eroded down, and the rhizomes from the daylilies came out, they spread themselves. But the problem is that when they come to help us out, let's say, with the weeds, they just buzz everything down to the ground. They've done this twice, so you know, I don't know whether or not I should say, hey, don't kill my daylilies, because they are a little pesky sometimes. They do kind of take over, and they will. I mean, they've already spread beyond what probably is reasonable. Well, no, this is still reasonable, but they will spread. They'll just keep spreading, and they'll keep And it's not a terrible weed. I mean, the lilies are nice. And they're edible. So, anyway, like I said, I watered. And, it's only like maybe 11 by now. But the sun is pretty bright over here. This time of the morning, the sun shines on the whole garden, which is fantastic. When I first came out here this year, I thought that most of the garden would be under shade, but it's not. Most of the garden, or the whole garden, has full sun for at least, I'm gonna say 6 hours in the day, which is all you really need for a vegetable garden. And after that, like half the garden, you know, like it's almost like down the middle. And then only these boxes over here get full sun. Everything else is under shade. But like I said, that's fine. You know, I got collard greens and kale and peas and some more other stuff that really doesn't require a lot of sun. It requires sun, but not like, it's not the end of the world. Like the corn over there, that's gonna want a lot of sun, and all the fruit trees are gonna want full sun, but anyway, it's not the end of the world. So whatever the case may be, the problem right now is that I'm kind of boiling up, and I don't want to use up all of my energy, so I'm gonna go back home and plant some more flowers.